God, am I live? I'm live.
On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago. And we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago. And we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago. And we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago. And we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago. And we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America. On my way down memory lane, you and me long time ago. And we were teens with tremendous dreams, always playing king and queen. We had set our minds to leave, face the world on wheels, cross the borders of Morocco, take a journey to Dubai, fight the pirates stuck in Disneyland Paris, take a swim in salty water, drinking stars and holy sun, and then we cross America.
Oh, hang on. Let me do this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Come Hither with Heather. I have an announcement to make that I got deported from customs in the US. I believe that I was genderly profiled. Werner, Drew and I were in customs, ready to show our passports. Werner was first, I was second, Drew was third. They took Werner's passport, they took mine, they took Drew's. I was ushered into a room where they questioned me. They questioned Drew and Werner in the waiting room, but I was detained for 11 hours. They asked me about my work. They asked me about my bank accounts. They even asked me about the people that I was with. And when I said I was with my friend and my partner, they turned around and said, Drew is awfully young to be your partner. And I said, Drew's not my partner, Werner is. They asked about my financial details, which I told them the truth about. And they blatantly told me that I was to be body searched. And they asked me which gender I would prefer to be body searched by. And I said, I don't care, because we need to make you feel safe and comfortable. They said, do you want a male or female body search? And I said, I don't care. They insisted that I stated to them what gender I preferred. And I turned around and said, okay, then female. The questions were allocated about my gender, their policies were allocated about me being safe. They took me to the holding room. One person took me to the holding room and said, women and men. And I just went into the women's room and lied down, because I had been on the plane for 15 hours. I was tired. I thought I might get some sleep, but I didn't. I've actually been awake. And I got home and I had been awake for 45 hours straight. But when another person came in there, they ushered me out of that room into another area, which was the main walkway, and said, "You stay here, but you can still access the food, the coffee, and the toilets." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then another person came, and they put me back into that room. And they said, "There's nobody there," but nobody explained to me why I should go there when nobody's there. I did get told eventually that people like me need to be protected. And we can't put you in that room because whether you're in the male area or the female area, you are unsafe. Well, that I think is just part of it. They asked me for my gender identity. I said I'm female. No, we want your real gender identity. And I said, if you're talking about my gender of birth, I said, yes, I was born male. They asked me for my parents' name. They asked me for my bank account details. They asked me how I plan to survive here. And they asked me all sorts of invasive questions. Because I said my partner was willing to support me. And that's when they said, well, Drew's a bit young to be your partner. Goodness knows why they assumed Drew was my partner when that isn't the case. So yeah, they were complete and absolute assholes, and I feel that I was profiled according to my gender. They treated me like a criminal. Fortunately, I didn't behave like a criminal because I'm not a criminal. And I actually turned around. Now, the person who interviewed me said, we are going to do a formal interview. We're not going to let you proceed. It's not going to happen, but we do have to do the formal interview. And when I was going through my formal interview, I actually said, I feel like I should be sticking up for my rights, but I have a feeling that would be detrimental to my health. And he didn't say a thing, didn't say a word. And I just left it at that. I just let that statement ring in his ears. He took my photo, he took my fingerprints, and I had to sign a statement, which I did. And I'm glad I did because I heard what happens when another person refused to sign their statements. Now, when I was in hold, one of the more sympathetic officers offered me the family room. They said that's where we keep pedophiles. Oh no, not pedophile. Sorry,
Families?
No, that's where we keep minors and people like you. I don't want people like me. What's people like me? I wonder why they said people like me, like you. I didn't say anything particular. No, I did. Mm-hmm.
The special.
Yes. I'll get to Nadi in a moment.
I have to go soon. So
yes, I'll get to Nadi in a moment. Nadi has been wonderful.
I'm not a biggie in this story. Trust me.
Nadi is a biggie in this story, and she's been wonderful.
Aww.
And I said, no, I don't want to go there because I want access to the snacks. I want access to the bathrooms. And being in where I was, funnily enough, actually gave me a bit of comfort. Having the hubbub around was some kind of comfort. I was in that holding area for 11 hours. I was on a plane for 15 hours. I was in that holding area for 11 hours and another plane home for another 15 hours. So I've been 45 hours straight without any
Can I
proper sleep.
interview you for a couple of questions?
Hang on a minute, let me finish. Yeah, go on.
Did you get off the plane with Werner and Drew?
I did.
And you got to a certain spot?
I did, yes.
And they took your passports?
They took all our passports,
And
yes.
then what did they do individually with all of you?
They took me to another room. They left Werner and Drew in the main waiting area.
Which is where you would go, and next you would go and collect your baggage, or were they going to another flight? Or what were they up to after that?
After that, they collected their baggage and went.
And they were expecting you just to go and collect the baggage and come through with them.
They were. They didn't even know. Werner and Drew didn't even know what was happening. Werner asked if he could see me.
And this is the first stop on the flight, and you don't even make it out of that airport.
I don't make it out of
You
customs.
are back on a flight to Australia without even making it out of the airport, where they're waiting in the a bit of a waiting room.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
They were waiting for me out of the waiting room.
Wow.
They couldn't even find out.
And you didn't make it out there at all.
They couldn't. Yes,
No.
I couldn't make it out. I couldn't even tell them. Even if they wanted to come back to Australia with me, they had no idea what was going on with me because customs wouldn't tell them, and they wouldn't let me contact them. And I'm sorry if I'm not acknowledging the chat, but I'm tired and I'm irritable, and I've had a couple of wines since I've been home, and I'm just trying to work my head around all this.
I would if I could had my glasses. I'd read them for you, but my phone's dead.
No, that's okay. That's
so
right.
I do apologise. So I can't pick up that pace for you. But anyway, get your story out. Yeah.
Yes, I'm 45 minutes out of sleep. 45 hours out of sleep. So I'm going to hopefully get some sleep tonight.
Oh, and now where they are.
Even though they said that I'm not banned, and apparently I'm not banned from coming to America. I don't know why I'm not banned. I thought that if you were, done, you might be banned for a few years or whatever, but no, I'm not banned. If I went through proper visa regulations, I could come in, they would let me in.
And had more money in your bank account?
And maybe if I had more money in my bank account.
And do people want to know where Werner and Drew are now and what's happening?
Werner and Drew are in Los Angeles, having a wonderful time. Fucking without me, the cunts.
I wish I could. My phone's dead, or I could read what.
Yeah, no, it isn't right. It isn't right. Look, I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. I haven't had my breakdown yet. I've almost had a breakdown. And this is the funny thing. When I was in lockup, I wasn't. Yeah, I was in lockup. It was
lockup. Like prisoner. Are you B?
I'm being
awesome.
And it's funny, when I was in lockup, what was the point I was trying to say when I was in lockup? What was I saying before that? I've lost my train of thought. No, I can't remember my train of thought. When I was in lockup, Drew
and Werner away. Are they there in the chat?
No, I don't know.
I can't read it.
Yeah, they were upsetting.
Tiger likes.
No, they didn't have any right taking my passport, and they didn't give it back to me until I landed in Australia.
Yeah.
Yes, this happened when I landed in the USA. I believe that I was generally genderly profile. I was profiled. I really believe I was profiled, and they had a they had their issues. Now, I might have gone to another place to get my passport looked at, and they may have overlooked it. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. Where were you on border security? I was at LAX. We landed in LAX. I was looking forward to we got through everything, and then I got to showing my passport. And I was looking forward to a moment of fresh air and a cigarette. The funny thing was the consulate was closed. I apparently rang the consulate, but it was closed. Yeah, well, I might do that. I'll ring the Australian consulate, but I'm still thinking of going to Canada. I'm thinking of ringing the Canadian consulate and asking them about everything and seeing if I can go there and actually finishing or helping Werner and Drew finishing the last couple of weeks in Canada. It was real all right. And the funny thing is that they knew that I wasn't well. Everyone, all the officers passing and going to and fro asked me, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Yes." And some of them asked me 2 or 3 times, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Yes." But I wasn't. I was in shock. I had no idea what was really going on. I couldn't think. They made me hold my cash. And I kept leaving it everywhere because I couldn't concentrate. I was cold. I had a rug. They wouldn't let me get warm. And I'd leave my cash somewhere. And they're like, "Don't forget your cash." And I said, "Can't I leave it somewhere?" "No, you've got to carry it with you in case we get accused of stealing it." And they kept talking about my safety and their rights and responsibilities and policy and all that sort of thing. I don't understand why either. I wish I did. They accuse me of not having money and working in the US. That's one of the things. They accuse me of needing to work in the US and that I got the wrong visa. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I know it's but some people can get away with it. And they kind of covered their backs and talked about policy, but obviously policy, the one thing that I noticed that not everyone was au pair with their policy, because one person would instruct me to do one thing and the other person would instruct me to do another. Like one person told me to sit here. The other person said, "No, leave." The other person said, "No, you can stay there while there's no one there. But as soon as someone comes in, we have to move you." Normally, you get put in the family room. I mean, what the fuck's a family room? I'm not a family. I'm just one person. Well, I wish I could. I don't know how. Maybe I should get into the Australian consulate, but they weren't there. They didn't answer their phone. It was supposed to be a 24/7 line, but they didn't answer their phone. And Drew tried to ring several times. Werner was in tears because he wasn't allowed to know what was happening. Anyway, after 45 hours of being confined, either in a plane to LA, being detained in LA, and coming back to Adelaide, I've actually got Nadia here, who's been, and I've told her to shut up because I just needed time and space to talk for myself.
So you've actually said some more stuff.
Who?
You've actually given. I actually thought it's weird, right? Because when you've been telling me, because I've been with you for hours, right? And you've been telling me about it, and I thought, were you cold? And you know, in all your descriptions, you know how you remember things more as you go across and you talk about them. In this description, you said how you were cold and needed a blanket on top of all the other shit they did to you.
Yes, so, I was cold.
Yeah, and I actually wondered if you were cold because you know how you left here in winter and went to summer.
Yes.
And you dressed for it because you sent me a pic of you in your summer outfit and how lovely you look. And I went, oh, lovely, you know, and we left it at that. And then the next thing, and I wondered if they left you in the cold because they just,
yeah. I was cold. I was freezing.
Yeah.
I was freezing. And they wouldn't let me, they had a shower room. I said, obviously we can go and shower and freshen up. They said yes. I said, and I went to my bag. I said, can I go to my bag to get a change of clothes? I said, yes. And I grabbed all my makeup and stuff. Because, oh, what's in there? I said, my makeup and a razor because I need the razor to freshen up. Oh, you can't take that. Oh, no, you can't take that. And I said, but I need to freshen up. This is part of my freshen up process. No, you can't take that. It's a razor. I said, well, come and freaking watch me. Watch me do it. I need to do. No, you can't do that. They can't watch you. No, I even joked and said, "Look, I know what you mean. You know what I mean." Yeah, they wouldn't let me freshen up, and I got in there. The water was cold, and so there was no point getting it because I wasn't gonna because I had makeup on. I thought even with facial hair, the makeup would cover it quite well, even at that point in time. So I thought I would just wash my body and underarms, but they had no towel, they had no anything. And so I just washed under on my arms and changed outfits. Yeah, it was, they treated me like a criminal. I felt like a criminal. And even though they put on this nice persona, the nicety was just an act. And I feel like I need to take it further. I'm not too sure how. I said that when I was on the phone to Werner, when I finally got on, like before the plane, I said that in front of the officers who were taking me to the plane. And I said, I feel like a discrimination board needs to be spoken to. And I kind of looked at the officers and they sort of reacted a bit, not much, but a bit, but enough to make me think, oh, maybe I'm on a good thing here. Maybe I should. Maybe they realise. Yes, but apparently I had to be the last person on, which I wasn't, funnily enough. Stupid cunts. And when they escorted me into the plane, and I went to grab my passport, I said, no, you can't have your passport. You can only get your passport when you are in Australia. when you are landed in Australia. And so I had to go through all that indignity in front of all the airline hosts. And that was terrible in itself. And one lady popped up and said, "Oh, look, that's okay. I'll give it to you when the time comes." She was being nice. She was nice. But yeah, but I didn't get the passport until half an hour before we descended into Melbourne. Excuse me for having a wine, but I need it. It helps me. No, I don't need it, but I wanted it. It helps me to chill. Yes. I actually suggested I should get a lawyer, but they said you're not entitled to a lawyer when it comes to customs. Yeah, it was awful. It was terrible. I felt like a criminal. They treated me like a criminal. And when I was coming to Adelaide, I tried to get someone to come and pick me up because I really wanted a friendly face. But no one. Patma wouldn't had a lunch. And
oh man, I'm on the phone. If I was on the phone, if I was on the phone, because as soon as I rang you back, what's the first thing I said? I'm coming to get you. And you went, I'm just in a taxi. I was like, get out of it. I'm coming to get you. But that's the bit.
No, I couldn't even have a cigarette. I couldn't have a cigarette. I asked the people who took me to the plane if we could stop over because I said, if I got the right people, we could stop and have a cigarette. It goes, no, we haven't got time. So they refused the cigarette. Yeah.
Sucks a doodle. All right.
So anyway, Drew and Werner are having a wonderful time. Fuck 'em. I am going to try. I am still going to try. I'm going to talk to the Canadian consulate or whatever, and I'm still going to try and get to Canada in a couple of weeks' time. I don't know how that's going to go. Oh, hello, Misty. I know I've been to US 3 times without a problem, but looks like things are getting worse.
That's another thing, isn't it? 3 times?
Yes, 3 times I've been to the US, but it seems to be getting worse. Yeah, maybe, Nora, maybe, but an Australian lawyer, a US lawyer, I don't know.
The fun's happening at the moment, isn't it?
I've got a copy of my interview questions, so.
Is that Tony? Hey, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Is that Tony?
Sorry, who's here? Misty. Hello, Misty. And yeah. We actually chose not to go to Florida this year because of what's happening with the new bill and the new governor. Yes.
Really? That's okay. That's right. You've got to pick and choose.
I wouldn't want to go after that. No. No, definitely not. Yeah, I will. I'll come to
Canada. You'll go, though. You will go, won't you? You're up for it.
Look, what I need to do right now is just recoup, rest, cancel the reservations that I've got on my way home, and I can actually get a refund apparently. I checked it out. I can get a refund. I might do that while I'm live. Florida does not have the issues the news tells you. Apparently, I don't know. Yeah, I get mixed messages about Florida. I do. It's hard to say. I can't say because I'm not there. Misty, I got deported at customs. That's the short of it. It's a long and drawn out story, but yeah, I literally got deported at customs, and I feel like I do believe that I was profiled. Yeah, I know what I deserve and what I get are two completely different things.
Oh, great, Jane. Sleep.
For 20 hours,
Catch up
yes.
on that and then, yeah, jump back in.
Yeah, I've got to rest and recuperate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've got to let Werner and Drew know that I'm live because they're in Los Angeles. They're having a wonderful time without me, fucking bastards. Should I say that? Yeah, I can say that. Fuck it. I can call them fucking bastards. Oh, they'll hear about it. I'll call them fucking bastards a few times. Yeah. But that's all right. Well, it was more about the lack of money. They thought that I was going to be working here. And it's because I had very little money in my bank account, and I had done a little bit of sex work in my past. And I'll tell you that I have done a little bit of sex work in my past, and they actually use that as a reason, their official reason to exclude me. Yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
At least not. Hey, Tony.
Our country was going to crash.
Tony, it's everywhere. Everywhere. There's love or there's peace. We're already 2 roads apart. Love and peace. Is that words, Megan?
That's yeah.
You know what? This is for words, Megan. She was always when I first met you in the past, and this was always there. Isn't that a terrible memory, Megan? Jamie and I always remember you sitting in the background with this evening. Mind you, times came to change, and you know,
yes.
things moved on. But yeah.
Anyway,
hello, Megan.
Anyway, I'm going to go to bed, and thank God I tried to get anyone to pick me up who was a familiar face, but nobody was available. Mind you, I didn't put it in so many words that I was fucked over.
Can I tell them exactly what happened? So Heather sends me a message saying, what are you up to today? And because the whole time this has been planned, I've been like, oh, I'm jealous. You're going to America. I'm so jealous. A 5-week holiday. Oh, you bitch. You know, in a nice way and all that. And so Heather comes over and Werner come around the night before they're leaving, and we say goodbye and everything like that. And then I get a message from Heather, and Heather's clever, and I know she's clever, and it's come through on Heather's number, and I know she's clever enough to line up making her phone number work from overseas and everything. And she's gone, Hi, what are you up to today? And I'm thinking she's being a smart ass because she's in America and I'm stuck back here doing my same old, same old. And I said, "Ooh, is this the Heather from America?" And she, she comes back and goes, "Well, actually, no, fucker. It's the one from Australia who's back in Australia." Those moments where you just think they should have just shut him mouth. Yeah, and so I'm sorry. And I was on the phone when Heather asked to be picked up, and so I missed her a little bit. Mind you, I got on Google Maps, calculated how long it took you to get from the airport to here, and the moment you walked to the door, who rang you?
No,
Yeah. And I was like, I covered around.
Yeah.
And I've been here like 10 hours. Anyway, yeah, I'm going home now. I'm going home now. I'm going.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And
I'm gonna get off so I can rest and recuperate. But I thought I'd leave you a good update that I'm not in America during winter. I may find myself in Canada maybe in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to ring the consulate, make sure that I'm not going to be detained. And apart from that, everything is the same old for the next few days. So thank you everyone for your empathy and sympathy and good wishes. I do appreciate it. And I am going to say goodbye and try and get some sleep. I'm actually a bit nervous about going to bed by myself. I've never been nervous about going to bed by myself. I've never been nervous, even when Werner's been away, when Werner's gone out. But I don't know, I'm a bit nervous about going to bed by myself.
change your dynamics, man. Watch TV.
Yes,
Stay on the
I
couch.
will.
Yeah.
I will. Anyway, thank you everyone. My apologies. Oh no, thank you. I love my hair colour. It's gorgeous.
That's the end on a bright note.
Even if I say so myself. You know, my dad says self-praise is never a recommendation.
Awesome. All right, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely, Tony. Thank you.
No,
Go see the
We know that.
policies.
We know that.
Oh, they've probably covered their asses with all their talk about policy and shit. I can try, but anyway, never mind. Okay, thank you everyone. I appreciate all your support. And I do have a premiere on Friday. If you'd like to be there, I might just grab the link. Please be there. Yes. I play with my
Are
hand.
you playing with your link? No, like you know how it was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm worlds away. All right. We're starting
Let's
now.
do it. Okay, share, copy link, and here is my link to Fridays. Hang on. Command V, that's better. And here is my link to Friday's premiere. And if you're at my live, you would have had seen it. If you weren't at my live, you will be seeing this for the first time. Actually, do you know what? After 45 hours,
It's time to party. I don't know.
After 45 hours of no sleep, I actually don't look that bad.
Oh, and I, Jamie, have to go and do this.
Okay, hooroo.
No, I'm coming back.
Okay.
You
Anyway,
still
I'm
live?
going to say hooroo.
Oh, no, you can stay live. We're coming back.
Oh, I can say live.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh God, Ruru.
Yes. I'm going to go hooroo.
And I'm taking a card and this thing to know what to get.
Yes.
I'm coming back to drop this off and then we're heading off. All right?
I want this.
She wants this.
Bailey's Irish Cream.
Sorry, just start that up. Oh, no, okay. You guys right up. All right, okay?
No worries.
All right.
Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Hooroo. Remember, keep smiling. The world will wonder what you've been up to.